Hyperlight Drifter Special Edition takes players on a trip through a dismal planet rife with danger and vestiges of ancient technologies. The game is an action-packed adventure RPG that pays homage to old 16-bit games while still including current gameplay and huge graphics. Key features include the ability to play solo or with a companion, stunning pixel art and ambient soundtrack, fast-paced combat, cryptic and environmental storytelling, challenging difficulty, collectible items, and a rich and immersive world filled with unique characters and creatures. The Legend of Tianding is an action side-scroller that feels both stylish and full of personality. Set in early 20th century Taipei, its comic book-inspired visuals and martial arts combat create an engaging atmosphere that's hard to put down. The gameplay mixes platforming with dynamic battles, where every move feels impactful and rewarding. The story, inspired by folklore and history, adds a unique flavor that makes each stage exciting to progress through. As an action-adventure, it remains entertaining from beginning to end.
Whether you're a magician.
Lost Castle is a charmingly chaotic roguelike beat-em-up that blends retro visuals with frantic co-op action. Its randomized dungeons keep each run fresh, while a quirky cast of enemies and loot-driven progression fuel the fun. Combat feels satisfying with a wide variety of weapons and abilities to experiment with, especially when teaming up with friends. The humor and art style add a lot of personality, making each session enjoyable. This is a hidden gem for those craving fast-paced, light-hearted dungeon crawling. Genetic Disaster has 12 levels, all of which are procedurally created for variation and replayability. Players may tailor their hero to their desired gaming style and combine heroes to create a perfect squad. The game also has a dedicated PvP area dubbed Stool Wars for furious encounters. Key features include the ability to play solo or with up to 4 people in PvP or cooperative modes, a bright hand-painted art style, over 75 deadly weapons, a variety of opponents and traps to fight, 4 separate characters with specific powers, and over 50 mutations for hero upgrades.
Free them. Free me.
Sinner's Sacrifice for Redemption is an action-packed role-playing game that sends players on a journey through a decaying realm in order to defeat increasingly powerful demonic opponents. The game is inspired by traditional boss battlers and modern skill-based action RPG, but also adding gothic anime graphics and terrifying horror storylines. Adam, the protagonist, is a lone warrior afflicted by a muddled mind and a forgotten history. As his country, the Kingdom of Cavernous, languishes in sacrilege, he is pulled to this fascinating location by secrets and danger.
And you will pay for your crimes, sinner.
Raging Blasters is an exciting scrolling shooter game in which players are selected for a covert mission to kill enemy targets. The game has 8 difficult stages with varying challenges, 2 shooting styles, and 5 sub-weapons. Players can select from 3 difficulty levels: normal, hard, and expert. A time challenge lets players put their talents to the test in just 3 minutes. There are 3 game modes: solo play, local co-op, and duo mode, with results recorded on both local and internet leaderboards. Banner of the Maid is a turn-based strategy game set in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, with a concentration on the French Revolution. This game includes more than 30 maps with a variety of battle scenarios, such as cities, fields, and alpine peaks. Players can help their leaders increase their abilities and tactical knowledge by employing distinctive terrain characteristics, strategic places, unique occurrences, and environmental changes. The game also offers specialized support for units, allowing them to gain an advantage in combat. Legend Bowl is a refreshing throwback to classic football games, blending retro aesthetics with deep gameplay mechanics. The pixel art is charming, and the animations are surprisingly smooth, giving each match a nostalgic yet lively feel. What really stands out is the strategic depth. This isn't just arcade fun. Playbooks, weather effects, and player fatigue add layers of realism. Franchise mode is addictively detailed, letting you build and manage your dream team over multiple seasons. It's a satisfying mix of old-school charm and modern sports simulation done right. Doomed to hell hooks with relentless action and challenging combat that keeps every moment engaging. The level design pushes players to think strategically while navigating relentless foes. Weapons feel satisfying to wield, and enemies demand attention and skill. Each stage ramps up intensity, making progression rewarding. The soundtrack complements the pacing perfectly, adding tension without overwhelming. Fans of intense, fast-paced gameplay will find themselves drawn in, eager to master each encounter and push through every escalating challenge. Metal Mind presents an engaging fusion of strategic combat and immersive storytelling that keeps players hooked. The game's world is rich with detail, inviting exploration and thoughtful decision-making. Enemy encounters require clever tactics and timing, making each battle rewarding. The soundtrack complements the intense atmosphere perfectly, while the progression system encourages experimentation. Fans of action and strategy will find plenty to enjoy here, with a compelling challenge that keeps the momentum alive throughout the journey. Satryn DX bursts with retro energy, capturing the essence of old-school arcade chaos with a modern spark. The gameplay hits fast and hard, throwing players into intense arenas packed with neon enemies and pulsating synth beats. Every round feels fresh thanks to sharp controls, random enemy waves, and quick restarts that keep the adrenaline pumping. The visuals pop with vibrant pixel art, and the soundtrack perfectly matches the pace. It's a pure score-chasing experience that rewards skill, precision, and quick reflexes. Fueled Up is a chaotic and hilarious co-op experience where teamwork is everything. Players race against time to refuel and repair spaceships while dodging hazards, putting communication and quick thinking to the test. The blend of frantic gameplay and colorful visuals creates an energy that never fades, especially when playing with friends. Every mission feels like a juggling act of fun, fire, and fuel leaks, making each round unpredictable in the best way. It's the perfect blend of humor, teamwork, and pure, unfiltered chaos. Becastled is a captivating blend of strategy and survival where players build, defend, and expand their medieval kingdom against waves of enemies. The day and night cycle keeps tension high, with peaceful building sessions turning into thrilling battles once darkness falls. Its colorful art style and simple mechanics make it easy to get lost in the rhythm of constructing defenses and managing resources. Every victory feels rewarding, especially when a well-planned fortress stands strong. A surprisingly addictive experience for strategy fans. Jak is a vibrant, chaotic platformer that brilliantly blends Norse and Filipino mythology into a pixelated playground of axe-throwing mayhem. The controls feel tight and responsive, and the axe mechanic is both clever and satisfying, doubling as a weapon and a movement tool. Its colorful art style and upbeat soundtrack bring real charm, while the level design offers a fair challenge without being frustrating. Whether you're playing solo or jumping in with friends, Jak delivers a joyful, action-packed experience that's full of personality and polish. Hazel Sky is a refreshing adventure that keeps players engaged with its imaginative world and clever level design. The controls feel intuitive, making exploration smooth, while the puzzles provide just the right amount of challenge without becoming frustrating. Each stage introduces new elements that keep the gameplay interesting, and the soundtrack complements the atmosphere without overpowering it. Fans of thoughtful platformers will appreciate the careful balance of challenge and accessibility, making it a game worth revisiting multiple times. Lamentum is a pixel art survival horror game set in 19th century New England. Players go with nobleman Victor Hartwell to locate a treatment for his wife Alyssa. The game sends players to Grow Hill Mansion, where the Earl offers a cure, but the cost is unclear. The game requires players to meet terrifying things within the house and make decisions that might alter the story's course. Lamentum is inspired by classic survival horror titles like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, as well as cosmic horror classics like the Cthulhu mythos. Yuppie Psycho Executive Edition is a thrilling and unique horror game that perfectly mixes dark humor with eerie storytelling. The quirky characters and clever puzzles keep players engaged while exploring a bizarre corporate world filled with secrets. Its pixel art style adds charm, creating a captivating atmosphere that stands out in the genre. The gameplay challenges the mind without feeling frustrating, making it an enjoyable journey for fans of psychological horror and satire alike. A genuinely fresh take on office nightmares. Annie Last Hope is a gritty, atmospheric action game that blends survival tension with engaging storytelling. Its dark, hand-drawn visuals give every level a sense of desperation and mystery, while the smooth combat keeps the pace sharp and satisfying. The balance between strategy and chaos feels rewarding, especially when managing limited resources in intense firefights. What truly stands out is the haunting tone and emotional depth that pull you into Annie's world, making every battle feel personal and every victory well-earned. Heroes of Mount Dragon is a surprisingly engaging adventure that keeps players hooked from start to finish. The game's vibrant world is full of detail, offering a perfect blend of exploration, strategy, and combat that feels both challenging and rewarding. Character progression is satisfying, allowing for meaningful choices that impact gameplay. The pacing strikes a nice balance between intense battles and quieter moments of discovery. It's a game that captures the thrill of adventure while providing enough depth to keep players coming back for more. Castle of Heart Retold captivates with its clever level design and thoughtful puzzles that keep players engaged at every turn. The story draws in with well-crafted characters and memorable moments, while the combat is satisfying and strategic. Each stage challenges skills without feeling unfair, making progression rewarding. The soundtrack complements the adventure perfectly, enhancing tension and excitement. Fans of thoughtful platformers and strategy-focused action will find this title thoroughly enjoyable and hard to put down. HyperSpaced is a vibrant arcade-style shooter that thrives on quick reflexes and clever decision-making. The neon-soaked visuals create an energetic atmosphere, while the responsive controls make dodging waves of enemies feel satisfying. Each run feels fresh thanks to smartly designed challenges and a rewarding progression system that keeps momentum alive. The soundtrack heightens the intensity, amplifying every battle. As a whole, it's a game that rewards persistence with excitement and keeps the urge to dive back in strong. Extra Coin delivers a vibrant, heartfelt adventure in a dazzling virtual world. The pixel art visuals pop with color, blending seamlessly with a gripping narrative about Mika's quest to find her parents. The tennis-like duels are addictive, offering fast-paced fun with a satisfying rhythm, while mini-games keep exploration fresh. A banging soundtrack elevates every moment, making each loop in the arcade feel alive. Packed with emotional depth and charming details, this indie gem is a must-play for story-driven gamers. Picklock is a strategy, adventure, and stealth game with 13 complicated tasks, a real estate business, a car dealership, jazzy music, a travel agency, and voxel-style visuals. Players must penetrate and manage a wealthy lifestyle via illegal ways, aiming for high-value objects such as artwork and technology. Regardless of their abilities, players must traverse security systems, alarms, and concealed compartments. If the strain becomes too much, players can seek retail therapy, unwind at a bar, or have a night out at a club. Doodland is a unique realm under siege by Omnimus, a ruthless beast. Each zone has its own distinct mood, and players must traverse a variety of challenges. Doodlers, the brave and compassionate beings, have distinct appearances and noises, but they all have one trait: stomach problems. Omnimus is cruel and will consume players if they approach too close. Doodlers may exploit their digestive troubles to their advantage by finding a match, igniting their farts, and experiencing a rush of speed. If Omnimus does not work, players can use a poisonous cloud to stun him. Super One More Jump delivers a razor-sharp platforming experience that's both delightfully simple and maddeningly addictive. With just one button, it manages to create an endless loop of tense, satisfying jumps that demand precision and timing. The vibrant pixel art pops with personality, and the soundtrack pulses with energy, keeping the momentum high. Each level brings a fresh challenge, pushing reflexes to the limit while never feeling unfair. It's the kind of game that hooks fast and keeps calling for just one more try. Bullets and Brains is a clever mix of strategy and fast-paced action that keeps players engaged from the first level. The gameplay is smartly designed, with challenging encounters that require both skill and thinking ahead. Levels are varied, keeping tension high without feeling repetitive, and the enemies demand quick adaptation. The art style and soundtrack complement the intensity, creating a lively and immersive world that rewards precision and planning. It's an engaging title that keeps attention locked throughout. In the bleak world of slaughter, robbers and criminals have escaped from a prison, creating gangs and fighting brutal struggles for power. Russell, the hero, must arm himself and cut his way to freedom. Along the way, the player will meet new friends and discover terrible truths hidden beneath the complex's walls. The game's key features include fierce combat with hazardous foes, wide and varied levels with numerous hiding spots and detours, the hunt for various weapons and equipment, and easy user-friendly controls. GUNKID 99 is a shoot-'em-up platformer game. Players move through handcrafted courses in 2 modes, avoiding traps and combating a variety of adversaries. With over 25 weapons, 30 special powers, and extensive battle customization choices, players may try out numerous methods to get the greatest score. Over 30 handcrafted stages, as well as tight combat elements like double jumps, wall kicks, and dodge rolls, are key aspects. The game's infinite replayability enables players to always improve their skills and strive for the greatest possible results.
Must have melted.
Finn and Jake are charged with discovering the strange submerged land, where they must explore the enormous ocean, look for secret clues, question suspicious people, and fight pirates to save their wet world. Immerse yourself in the submerged land, discovering its delights, hidden mysteries, and riches while playing as popular characters like as Finn, Jake, BMO, and Marceline. To understand the riddle, navigate the vast seas, passing through many countries and uncharted places, improve their talents, and unleash their unique powers in fast-paced tactical warfare.
I don't feel so hot.
Dagger Froggy is a fast-paced platformer that keeps players engaged with clever level design and precise controls. Each stage challenges reflexes and timing, while hidden paths and collectibles reward exploration. The combat feels satisfying, and the quirky enemy designs add humor without slowing the action. Its colorful visuals and energetic soundtrack create a lively atmosphere that complements the gameplay perfectly. Fans of skill-based platformers will find it both challenging and entertaining, making it hard to put down once the adventure begins.